Hey Dev, I've been doing grounding exercises for catharsis recently. All I'm doing is standing with my feet shoulder width apart and my knees slightly bent. I'm getting serious catharsis out of it, yet it all seems to be upper body based. Lots of arm flailing or punching. Do you know why that is? For context, the arm flailing is fear and the punching is combative rage. But why is practicing a grounding exercise bringing up upper body based stuff? Okay, cool question. Yeah, these things don't always do what we expect. I mean, I still kind of believe the old dynamic that we were taught that like the human mind is kind of just compressing tons of stuff in the body. That the image used to be rather like when I was a kid, there were these golf balls, like your dad would play golf or something, and you get a golf ball. My dad didn't play golf, but you get a golf ball at school and you used to cut the layer off it and everything would just come splurging out all this elasticy stuff. And this was an image of the kind of body under the constraint of the mind. And I think it's a slightly exaggerated image, but nevertheless, the body is trying to kind of release. So in the body, there's a lot of emotion, energy, feeling. It's not just all repressed. Some of it will be repressed. There may be a lot of repressed, but it's also basically just, we are naturally very, very volatile, really, as beings. Our energy goes left, right, and center. Our emotions go up and down, from wow, this is so great, to, oh my God, it's so shit, and it's just, and this is kind of natural, how a natural human being will be, their emotions are jumping all around the place. And being creatures living in a complex society, we naturally want some control over all of this, and so this is social conditioning. We all learn how to keep everything held under control so that we can fit in with the people around us. And so, there is this kind of image and model of locking in the body, and particularly around the throat is one area. If you look at the vertical axis of the body, and particularly around the diaphragm, and then generally a lot of holding in the pelvis. If you look at just the upper line of the body, that's going on for most people. We're just holding a lot. And in a sense, the problem is simply the armoring that develops because there's nothing really wrong with holding in emotions in a certain situation. It's not terrible, but the trouble is that we started doing it when we were quite young, and it's become conditioned into us, and our muscle system's got used to it. So the human being has become this kind of the modern day human has a locked pelvis by the time they're in their late teenage years. Sorry, a locked diaphragm by the time they're in their late teenage years. They have their throat muscles are controlling a lot, and they're using these muscles also to try and control breathing all the time with, so these are features that the pelvis is locked. It does not move very much, so these are features of modern day humanity, and it's not natural. And then for some people, that the locking, the holding is not so strong, or their body just can't do it so much, and so energy is coming up. And simply for such a person, just sitting still may just allow quite a lot of release of energy to happen. There can be all sorts of things going on. It's complex also. I work with some people who do twitch and spasm a lot, and the trouble is that whilst it gives a temporary release, and that's happening spontaneously, it's not something that they're trying mentally to consciously initiate. But the trouble is that it lets some energy off the surface, but it doesn't really dig in deep enough to get a fully cathartic release. At least not according to this kind of theory. That's what you're trying to get. You're trying to always go deeper. But so, I mean, that you're experiencing this does not surprise me. It doesn't shock me. It doesn't make me feel like, whoa, I wonder how the hell that's happening. I think it's fairly normal. To be honest, you don't necessarily have to do a great deal of stuff to get a release. But what I would also say is that this is a deep this work is a deep journey, a deep journey, and you will hit layers again and again, and there'll be times when it's super easy and just the big releases happen and you just feel like your life is completely transformed. Changes will have happened, and then a lot will go back, and you're dealing with it again, and you keep on going through it, and whatever. And then exercises which were formerly giving you a lot of release and allowing you to feel really good, are no longer doing that. You've kind of mined that bit, and you just have to keep digging into it and going deeper, really, to keep getting patterns out. And it's a journey. It's a journey. Let's just see if I've actually covered your question properly. Yeah, so that you're getting a lot of, flailing and punching. These are natural kind of things. This feeling, of like this is a child kind of movement, flailing the body side to side like this. It's a release, and punching and whatever allows the individual to experience like the capacity to hold boundaries, basically, when that's been blocked in some way through trauma or conditioning. This kind of release, and these things are great, but and it's really really good to do it. That's the thing, to get into the therapy and do it. It's probably won't be a permanent end of all stuff, but that's how it is anyway. But it's really really great to get in and do it. Okay, I hope that helps, and I will speak to you all later.